We're taking this boat from Texas to Florida to Georgia, putting it in situations it was definitely not designed to handle.
What was that?
With 10 of the most interesting anglers we know.
Yeah!
Oh, dude, that is really fun, man.
They'll each get one day to make whatever modifications they want. One boat, 5 fisheries, 10 anglers, 2,500 miles, unlimited bad ideas.
Got it.
This is Das Boat. Austin, Texas is well known for lots of reasons. Music, traffic, hipsters. But fishing isn't one of them. That's about to change. In this episode, Das Boat is headed out with Alvin Dedeaux and Jesse Griffiths. Alvin's a nationally renowned fishing guide. Jesse's a James Beard award-winning chef and owner of what I'll call the best restaurant in Austin, Die Due Butcher Shop and Supper Club. They'll be fishing Alvin's home water, the lower Colorado River, for Guadalupe bass. While bass are the primary sport fish in the river, they're far from the only fish. The river also has populations of white bass, freshwater drum, and both long nose and spotted gar. The guys are really hoping to catch at least one of these prehistoric fish. But first, they have a day to get Das Boat ready for a river trip.
Yeah, that's brand new.
Yeah, well, first impressions, not as bad as I was expecting.
Right.
What kind of hull?
And they took this on the bay yesterday.
Yeah, I know, that's what's crazy. Man. Well, it could be a lot worse, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Okay,
We got a
okay.
spare.
Well, then we're gonna have to put some oar locks on here. The trailer looks like it might make it. I don't know if it's gonna make it to the West Coast. So we need life jackets, oar locks, and oars. It's a 40 horse, so we won't have any problem pushing it.
I want to drop a grill in.
Yeah?
I think as far away from the gas tank as possible.
Yeah, man. Plenty of room.
And gar are really good. Gar, I mean, they're absolutely one of the best freshwater fish.
Any species.
Maybe we'll keep a bass and set the world on fire.
Hey,
Wanna
man,
get some,
I've eaten bass before. All right, so potential issue is the winch here. These teeth are gonna strip out on this winch as soon as we put any pressure on it, so.
That's easy enough, right?
Yeah, it's just 2 bolts.
Yeah.
What we're gonna do is buy another winch.
Yeah.
Anybody got a winch laying around?
They didn't have any of the clip-on grills there, so we just bought this little Weber. I mean, it doesn't get any better than a kettle grill style. You just throw a bolt through there.
Yep. Just happened to be a pre-drilled hole there.
Yeah. I think we got to drive around with the grill on there just so everybody can see us.
Yeah, just for show.
You're like, is that a grill? Hell yes, it's a grill.
Yeah, look at that. I think that's as stable as it's gonna get.
Yeah. Well, if there's a little wave action, it's like auto leveling. Love it. You can hang your tongs right here.
Dude, that's awesome.
With oar locks installed, the trailer winch replaced, and a sweet new custom detachable grill, the boys are ready to see how Das boat will fare on a shallow river.
Good force. Look at that. Oh, yeah.
So complicated.
All right. Headed to the mighty Colorado. Or as I refer to it, the other Colorado. Your jigs should work fine. Although we may have to get you throwing a fly rod with a popper on it.
I'll do it.
Because that's fun,
Oh,
man.
yeah. I'll do it.
There ain't nothing more fun than that.
Yeah.
So this is the first time you've floated it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
Actually,
cool,
it
man.
is.
See the other side where those two pieces of rebar is? That's the ramp. Ain't much of a ramp.
Austin is one of the fastest growing cities in the country, and the lower Colorado is, most definitely, an urban river. But once you get away from the underpass and the boat ramp, the river corridor feels lush and secluded. Other than some washed up litter and the occasional fishing shack, you encounter very little evidence of humanity.
What part of Houston are you in?
It's like southwest and northwest. I mean, in both of those areas, when we were there, were sort of like the edge of civilization.
Yes.
So, I mean, I could jump over the fence, you know, at my parents' house with a fishing rod or a shotgun
Yeah.
or a rifle, just depending on time of year, and go hunting, fishing, whatever. So just kind of grew up doing that. So been fishing and hunting ever since I can remember.
Yeah.
And when I moved to Austin, that was kind of where my fly fishing career really took off. You know, I did all kinds of stuff. I sang in a band in the mid-'80s through the early '90s.
What kind of band?
Straight up 70s style funk band.
What was the name of this band?
Bad Mother Goose.
Oh.
Bad Mother Goose
I know.
and the Brothers Grimm.
Absolutely. Are you serious?
Yeah,
See, I'm
yeah.
from Denton. I played in a band too, but we probably didn't play at the same
Oh,
place.
damn, dude,
I was in
that's-
like this death metal band.
No way, really? Not a beast, but you know what?
No.
Take it. So I know at least one thing about your background that I didn't know before. You played in a metal band. What'd you play?
I played drums.
Oh shit! So how'd you get from there to here?
Well, it's the same deal. I mean, except we weren't nearly as successful, of course, being some kind of screamy, crazy metal band. You know, I knew right away there wasn't much longevity in it. I always worked in restaurants, you know, to pay the bills, and you know, just traveled around, ate a lot, and then just kept working in restaurants, and I got real tied into just eating what was around, like resources, because I grew
Yeah.
up fishing. It's just like my restaurant, we serve everything as local. I remember for the first probably 10 years of my life, all we did was throw yellow curl-tail jigs. That's just what you did, and we caught a lot of fish. But we were always kind of going after the other stuff. We were always going after
The stuff you could eat.
stuff you could eat.
Guadalupe bass are only found in central Texas. Though their total numbers have dwindled, the population on the lower Colorado is thriving. In fact, they're doing so well that there's no minimum size on guads, and anglers can keep up to 5 per day. They may not get as big as largemouths, but they're a hell of a lot of fun to catch on top water.
Oh, yeah. Another guad?
I think this one may be a largemouth. No, that's quad. It's a little bigger.
Well, that's lunch.
That's a little bigger one.
Oh, that's a good one.
I'm gonna hand it to you.
Since the bass bite is good and they have a couple in the cooler for lunch, Jesse decides to pick up a fly rod and have fun with a few Guadalupes on the surface.
You know what, I mean, I don't fly fish a lot, and because I was like, I'm really just all about the efficiencies, you know. I'll fish bait if I think that's gonna be the best.
Uh-huh.
But, I gotta say, fishing bait out here and fly, I feel like there are definitely times when you're gonna catch more fish on a fly.
Yeah. I think I would take, like even a guy throwing conventional, like a good conventional tackle bass fisherman.
Yeah.
I'd put a good fly rodder up against him any day.
One thing I don't want to prepare today.
That's a turtle.
No, I'm good.
Have you cooked them before?
Yeah.
I'm assuming that cleaning a turtle is
Yeah.
is a little bit time consuming.
It's tricky. The tree in front of us is a vitex.
What is it?
A vitex?
Vitex.
Or a chasteberry. And so it puts off these little, it looks like peppercorns.
Uh-huh.
And they're really tasty.
Really?
And they call it a chasteberry because they used to think that if you ate it, it would calm your sexual inclinations.
So like
And so the
an anti-aphrodisiac?
Anti-aphrodisiac.
Wow.
And so monks would eat it so that they,
Yeah, could stay monkly.
stay monkly. That's a really good, is that an adverb?
The bass bite slows down as the sun gets high, so the boys seek out some shade in the creek mouth, and Jesse gathers up some hardwood to cook lunch on the custom gunnel grill.
I got the fire extinguisher handy here.
Like 90% on this.
Yeah.
That's not gonna blow up the boat. That's pretty cool. Couple little guads, that's enough for lunch for both of us.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna fillet them. I'm gonna skin them and fillet them. And just slip them into a real quick marinade. You like things spicy?
Yeah. Spicy's good.
Yeah. I got some like chili pekins.
Yeah. So you fillet them, you cut the ribs out as you fillet? Or you cut
yeah,
them?
I cut through those little rib bones. I'll flip that fillet over, make sure you get down right behind that rib. Flip it over, and then come in and just take that fillet right off the skin. There'll be a little bit of rib bone in there,
All right,
but they're those really fine ones, and you can either go in and make a little V cut like this, and just cut them right out, which is usually what I do, and that takes all of them out.
I'll say this before anybody starts freaking out. There's no minimum size on those bass.
These are, Guadalupes.
Yeah,
They don't
yeah.
have to be 14.
Yeah, largemouth bass have to be 14 inches in Texas. I almost feel guilty.
Oh, yeah.
You doing all the work.
Oh, I thought you meant about the bass. I'm
No.
like,
I'm talking about me sitting here not doing anything. No. The bass are
I
fine.
think you did a little bit of rowing today.
Oh, that's true. That's funny because there's people that come out here and fish for food, and they catch catfish and they catch drum. And they throw them in the cooler, and they'll catch a nice bass, or a legal-sized bass, toss them back. And it's the weirdest thing, and I think it's just like that whole I mean, like Jimmy Houston, you know, all those bass guys.
Tournament mentality. Almost.
Yeah, you know, it's just like you throw bass back, you don't keep them in. You know, I've heard people say, oh, they just taste terrible.
No,
they're not worth eating. No, but I've heard people say that.
Yeah, they're good.
Like that's why they throw them back. You know.
We have a couple. Ooh, something is crawling on my foot. I've never said that while I was cooking fish before.
What's that sauce?
It's remoulade, made with some pickled peppers. Onions and just came in season. They're awesome, super sweet. I love onions on a fish sandwich.
Yep, I'm an onion fan, man. Spicy onions, pickles.
All right, you can start keeping bass. Moment of truth.
Mm-hmm. Cheers.
Cheers. Thank you, sir. I'm good.
Feel good. Doesn't get any fresher than that, you know?
Yeah.
Oh. Oh, whoa.
The lower Colorado has delivered a great day. Alvin and Jesse caught a pile of bass and enjoyed a top-notch shore lunch. But Jesse wants a gar, and they just haven't been able to land any. Both Jesse and Alvin had gar on the line, but the bony snouts of these ancient fish makes getting a hook set difficult. So Alvin comes up with a solution that might help keep one on the line. He attaches a short section of nylon rope to a clouser fly. The theory goes that when a gar snatches the fly in its elongated snout, the fibers of the rope will get tangled in its rows of tiny needle-like teeth.
We're good to go.
That way, even if the gar doesn't get well hooked, Jesse might still be able to haul it in.
All right, keep your eyes peeled.
Gar.
Yeah. When it really gets hot out here, they'll just be everywhere, kind of suspended beneath the surface.
Oh, I think
Yeah, that's one.
Set it. He's tooting on it right now.
At some point, you want to get it tight.
He's tooting on it right now. Here we go. So let's get a guard.
Okay.
The rope fly actually works, but fighting a fish that's not hooked, just tangled by its teeth and nylon fibers, requires a delicate touch. Jesse applies as little pressure as possible to lead the fish into the net.
Nice.
I bet you it's the first time I'd ever treated gar bite at the ER. Really good.
Identification. I mean, it's either spotted or a long.
Contrary to popular belief, gar are damn good eating, and this one's going in the cooler for a later meal. With that goal achieved, they pull stakes and head home. Urban fisheries get a bad rap. Sometimes the aesthetics are different and easy to miss through the clutter of our own physical existences here on Earth. Some folks assume that just because a body of water happens to be near a highly populated area, it has lost the essential qualities that we appreciate in rivers or lakes. That is simply not true. While some urban waterways do carry pollution, many are perfectly safe places to catch and eat fish. And since they get written off as unworthy, they are less crowded than you might expect. And oddly, the fishing culture can be more lively and fun.
Floats. Yeah, it floats. I thought it was awesome, man. It's light, and with that 40 horse on, man, it screams. And it actually wasn't too bad to row.
No, it's comfortable.
And we caught fish out of it.
We got to put some stink on it.
Didn't stink. I mean, it didn't sink.
Didn't stink.
It was stinking. So the boat's going to Sanibel Island, Florida, to Ed Anderson and Ryan Callahan. and I'm assuming they're gonna be doing some flats fishing. So I just happen to have a little present for them. Well, check it out. We didn't really need this on the river. I just happen to have this sitting around. You know what that is, right?
Boring part.
Yep. And it just happens to fit right. Perfect. He just tilted all the way up, and they got some clearance. So hopefully this will bring him some good luck down there.
Ed and Cal are going to need all the luck they can get. Das Boat's got a long road trip ahead. Check back in next week to see what happens on Sanibel Island in the next episode of Das Boat.
Thanks for tuning in. I hope you like what you saw. Like us, leave a comment, and subscribe so that you do not miss future episodes.